Our home race is just around the corner, but with a car that seems to be getting slower, 2 upset drivers, and still no points on the board, I don't think this is going to be a very happy visit to Silverstone. Hey everyone, it's M4J here, and welcome back to M4JVelocity Racing here on F1 Manager 2024. Let's just move the microphone into position so I don't have to headbutt the desk in order to be heard. There we go. Where are we at then? So we've just come off the Austrian Grand Prix, otherwise forever known as the tyre troubles. And lesson learned? Possibly, almost definitely not. But we've got Silverstone ahead of us to try and put things right. So today is all about practice. It's all about trying to nail the setup. I'm not going to use the calculator this time. I'm going to try and do it myself. Easier said than done. We've got the 3 practice sessions. You're only going to see P1, of course. P2 and P3 are going to be reserved for me off camera, sweating my nuts off trying to get the actual car to go fast. In terms of the car, we've still got some development coming through. We've got 2 bits of manufacturing, new underfloor, new rear wing, although I don't think these are new designs. I think these are just making up for O'Sullivan's spins. Very annoying, Zach. Behave. We have also got research going for next year. I think we're on top of things in that department. But again, not a clue. Not a clue. Season objective is 9th or above. We are currently 10th. So we're actually not far off. And if we get a couple of finishes ahead of the Saubers, that could well change. I think in terms of everything else, yeah, we got some risks there. And we've got some big risks here, but that could all change. Is it the chassis that we've got being manufactured? No. So I might need to improve the factory. That might be something worth looking at anyway. How much is that going to cost? I can't even afford to upgrade the factory, guys. That's where we're at now. I need a sponsor payout. I think we should just continue then, because I'm going to start crying otherwise. Team hub's complete. Rear wing's complete. That's encouraging. So what does this do? This, oh yeah, weekly development. There we go. Mentality does increase. Team attractiveness also increases. Wow, that's nice, isn't it? Very nice indeed. And the weather center, which is actually quite useful as well, because now we can predict what the races are going to be like. And actually, for this, does it say? No. Safety car chance 75%. I guarantee you right now, we will not see a single safety car, even though it's forecast for rain. Guarantee you we won't. I don't think I've actually had a safety car yet. Maybe at Imola there was one, but I don't remember having a safety car anywhere else. Very annoying. Right, Mick 19. Actually, I think let's aim a little bit higher, shall we? Not for you. Never for you. I'm sure Zach O'Sullivan is a very talented driver in real life, but in this game, no. No offense, Zach. I don't think you're watching, but no offense anyway. Moderate rain on the Sunday then, but we've got clear skies on the Friday and partly cloudy on the Saturday. So it's only on the Sunday that we need to worry about water. Right now then, what are we going to do? In terms of the setup, we need a car that's quite slippery down the straights. So I think we bump this way. Nothing else affects straights, just the wings. So I think maybe if we pull this back slightly, maybe do some tweaking here as well. Something a little bit like that. Toe out. I think we'll actually bring the toe. Yeah, I have no idea. This could be the worst thing I've ever done in the history of F1, to be honest. Zach, I'm gonna leave because not because I don't like him. Just to be clear, he's gonna be my control. Oh, the Saubers are getting out quick. Interesting. Interesting. I've probably sent Mick out too close to Zach now, but never mind. Right, there's not really much to do here right now, so we're just going to fast forward. We'll get the timings up. See where we're at. Right now, yeah, pretty crap. 2 seconds off Behrman. Although it's fluctuating. Mick seems to be the slower one right now, which suggests that Zach's got the better setup. It's not looking good, is it? 3.1 seconds off the pace already. Mind you, the AI does seem to just know what they're doing. I should say as well, this is being recorded one day after the 1.7 update. Oh, mic's gone off. One day after the 1.7 update, which is basically 1.6 for console players. I wish people would calm down sometimes. I know it's annoying when you buy a game and there are some issues with it, but every game has issues with it now. It's mainly because the fan base demand that a game gets released at a certain time, which means the developer has to release the game at that time, even though the game isn't ready to be released at that time. And then that same fan base complains that there's issues with the game that had to be rushed to be released when they wanted it. I know it sucks. It's a stupid system, but it's where we're at now with the games industry. What I will commend Frontier for is the fact that every issue that's been reported to them, they've investigated and for the most part fixed. But the absolute farce. 1.6 came out on PC and it was delayed for console. I don't know if it was delayed for any specific reason, but what I do know is that they've actually bundled 1.6 with 1.7 on console and released 1.7 separately for PC, which is fine. That's a good way of doing it. It's smart. Not for everybody. There are still people in the fan base who are complaining at that fact, which is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Almost as bad as my setup here. So I'm actually tempted to write a piece on my site about it, to be honest, because it's getting to the point where what is the motivation for a game developer to take risks and try and make a game like F1 Manager if all they're going to get for it is hate? I don't understand it myself. It's almost like there's no point. I need to get cornering up a little bit more. Well, that seems to cover all bases. Let's see how that goes. We'll do another 50. Oh, I didn't change your run plan. It's a good thing you can do it quickly, isn't it? I'm going to have to do 20 now, though. What's the life left in the tyres? 23. Alright, Zach, you're going to have to be careful. No lockups, please. We'll see where Mick is in a second. I think Mick's going to be closer. Apparently Mick is there now. That's taking forever. How's he feeling? Nope, he's not happy either. Okie dokie. So, what I'm getting from this is nobody's happy. All good. We'll get it fixed. Zach's actually quite close. 1.7 off the pace. Yeah, I think I've finished my mini rant about fans. I'm of the opinion that there are games that are released that are atrociously bad and get quite rightly slated for it. But again, you can't really blame the developers if they're on crunch or anything like that. It's not their fault. Oh, of course Mick wants it the other way. Of course he does. So I think writing anything about it to try and give them some support, I think would be useful. Don't think it would necessarily win me favour, but what can you do? There we go. That brings that all back within metric. Let's do that. You're going to have to do another 20 laps, but I think I'm going to have to change your tyres. Yeah, because you can't survive. So you're going to have to go out in the mediums, which means I'm going to have to hope that this is right. Really hope it rains on the Sunday now, because we're going to be a set of tyres down. Alright, Zach, out you go. See where we're at with Mick. Need to get a better pit crew, man. This is insane. It always seems fun. Like, oh, let's pick a really crap team with really, mid-range staff members and things. Wouldn't that be a fun challenge? And then it gets to like mid-season and you just want to score a point. You just want to get something on the board so you can prove that you do actually know what you're doing. Right, times aren't getting faster. I wasn't expecting them. Oh no, Mix are going faster. I always wake up with like this weird hiccup thing. Yeah. That makes it sound like I've literally just rolled out of bed into my desk. That's not quite the case. It just takes an hour or two to disperse. Yeah, we had some green sectors there, but I don't know why. He was in an overweight car because of the fuel. I guess the tyres were doing some of it. Maybe he's getting a tow. Where is he? No, no one in front of him. But he's bringing his times down, so that's encouraging. This section of the practice isn't about times, though, really. Let's be honest. It's about getting the knowledge. seeing how the car is. Yeah, your tyres are starting to go pop, but you need to just get those couple more laps done for me, mate. Come on, you're one off right now. There you go. We have the knowledge. Bring it in. We'll see where we're at. Might actually have to do P2 in this just to justify the runtime of the video at this rate. We've flown into it. Alright, give me good numbers. We have no good numbers. Well, it's gone from 22 to 36, so that's good at least. Yeah, see, there's not much I can do that will bring down... We need to keep cornering where it is. This is where I'm a little bit tempted to look up calculators. Because everything else is perfect. Sorry, everything else is crap except for cornering, which is perfect. I mean, I might have accidentally fixed it there. Ooh. Traction's now out of the range, but that's pretty good. And then maybe if we just do a little bit of... Maybe not that one. It's going to have to be this one, isn't it? Okay, that's good. Maybe a little bit more front wing, just to confirm it. That's pretty good. Right, run plan. So you need new tyres. So we're going to have to switch you to the medium. In fact, we don't have time in this session, so we might just do 5 laps. 5 laps now, do the rest later. Might just going to take a day and a half to get his car ready, so he's not even going to have time for that. I'm hoping I'm going to nail it a bit more with Mick. Still the fact that... Oh, he's saying it's good. It's still the fact that with Mick, he's 8/10. Nope, he's 1/10 now, slower. Okay, we're close. 57. Need to get traction down, so I think it's... What else affects traction? That affects traction, that affects traction, that doesn't. So we could increase tyre camber, but that takes everything else out of whack as well. Maybe anti-roll. Oh, that's a good one. That's actually a very good one. Maybe that and then a little bit of front wing. That brings things back into range, which is good. And I think for you, we're just going to do like 3 laps on softs. Just to use some soft tyres even. Because, yeah, again, it's going to take an age to actually set the car up. Alright, Zach, out you go. Mick hasn't got time. He's not going to get out. That's actually very frustrating, but never mind. Gasly with the mechanical fault in practice. Oh, mind you, I forgot to change parts. That's not the best, is it? There's checkered flag. So, yeah, Mick's not getting out on track. Zach didn't really get anything for his setup either. Got a couple more laps in, but that's about it. Yeah, I forgot to change parts, which is not good. Track acclimatization. Yeah, it's not terrible. Save the game. Right, can I change car parts now? Yes. So engine, we'll go with the crap one. Good. ERS, I'm not going to risk that one. Gearbox, I will risk that one because it's not quite into the danger zone yet. Setup is as it was. Run, you're going to do 20 laps and you're going to do them on, I guess, mediums because we don't have anything else. You, sir, 15 laps on your mediums. That's fine. Your parts, so we need to change your engine. We need to change your ERS. No, we don't. But your gearbox. Actually, no, because that's going to go kaput as well by the looks of things. So I think we're ready. We're going to head straight out on track. And we're going to try and nail this setup. Out you go, Zach. And then just as he goes past, out you go, Mick. Right, so obviously fastest laps are going to be these two right now. with Zhou just behind. That's actually a good telltale. If Zhou... Okay, Zhou has gone faster. Yeah, so it's slower than the Saubers, which is a little annoying. Because I think the Saubers are kind of our target right now. Particularly as they're only just ahead of us in the standings. But actually, it's close. Right now, it's close. And we're still trying to get our setup right. I think Zach very briefly went back to the top then as well. Should we ride on board with Mick for a lap? Where's an iconic section of Silverstone that we could get a good screenshot as well? Let's, through Cops is a good one. We'll get some screenshots quickly for the thumbnail, and then we'll have a go at riding on board. Snap. Maggots and Beckett's. Oh, that's a good one. I love the UI thing now. Again, Frontier. I don't know if you watched this series or not when I talked about it a few episodes ago, but thank you for adding that. That's awesome. Really, really awesome. It's just the little things, you know. All their other games you could hide the UI as well, so I always find it strange that you couldn't in this one. Pause. Do it. Snap. Do it. That's going to be a bit of weird framing, that one, so it's probably not going to be used. But you never know. Right, I think we've got enough there, so now we can ride on board. As he comes round, is it Club? Final corner, onto the Hamilton Straight. I'm going to make myself look like an idiot here, trying to remember all the corner names. I can never remember turn 1 or 2. This one I think is Village. I think. And then it's Loop, or it's Loop then Village. One of them's Farm as well. I think turn 2 might be Farm. Oh man, I made myself look like it. It's the first section and the last section I struggle with. This is the Wellington Straight, and then we're coming up towards Luffield, Brooklands, and Woodcote. So that was Brooklands. This is Luffield, because that's the Luffield Terrace on the left. And then this corner coming up here, I believe, is Woodcote, not Chapel. I think this is Woodcote. And then it's Copse. You don't stick a wheel in and Copse. Apparently you do, though, if you want to win. And then down this little straight here, which isn't really anything. And then we've got Maggots, which is the first 2. And then Beckett's, which is these 2. And then, actually, maybe this is Chapel coming out of Beckett's. That sounds plausible. And then it's Stowe at the end of the Hanger Straight, yeah. I feel like I got those wrong as well. Is it the Wellington? No, it's the Hanger Straight at the back. Yes. And then that was Stowe, we just went round, and then this is Club. And then it's back onto the Hamilton Straight. I'm going to stop talking about corner names now, because I feel like I'm still getting them wrong. Come on, Mick. Keep setting good times. We are getting some green sectors, which is good. It would be nice if we got some more green sectors, but it is what it is. There are cars slower than us, at least. So they're obviously not doing their qualifying runs right now. Excuse me. Woke up with a terrarium in my throat as well, it seems. The times are coming down. Again, I'm not paying too much attention to that. The priority really is getting the setup right.
Yeah, all good.
Alright, he's saying all good. Do we believe him? Where are we at? Oh man, we're so close. It's the straights. Oh, I'm so tempted on this one now. I know you're going to hate me for it, but I'm so tempted just to get the calculator out and just see how far off I am. It might have paused on your screens there. Set up calculator. So I need Silverstone. Clear. Optimal. Back to Silverstone. Right. This is just a guide. I'm not using this for anything. I'm not necessarily going to copy it. But I just want to see how far off I was. So apparently the optimal setup is 6 on the front angle. 11.5 on the rear. So that's where I went wrong. And then 9.1 on the anti-roll. Yeah, you can see already how close these are to getting back to where they should be. 3.25 on the tyre camber. And then 0.35 on the toe out. And you can see now where it's got all of the... Although that one's still not in range. There are still some discrepancies with driver preference and things. Do I use this? I don't think anyone's going to care whether or not I'm actually using good setup or not. Like whether I'm coming up with it myself. There's a lot of people that complain about that as well. The fact that you have to do the little mini game. I'm not a huge fan of it myself, but I understand the point of it existing. If it just did the perfect setup every time, it wouldn't be much fun now, would it? So, yeah. So I'm going to go off on a whim here and say that that is the perfect setup now, or as close to perfect as we're going to get. So, might as well just set Zach out on some softs and do some slow runs. Well, not slow runs, you know, short runs. That's the word I was looking for. So he's probably going to climb up the rankings now. Want to see some green sectors. There's one. Oh, he did climb. He did climb. It's because he's overweight right now as well. So to be honest, we might as well just set Mick up on that as well. Oh, look at the graining on those tyres. That is incredible. It's things I never noticed before when I was playing on my old PC. Was the fact that they actually had the tyre deform. That's actually pretty close. How far off am I on this one? So it was 6, 11.5, 9.1, 3.25, and 0.35. I was actually pretty close. Kind of happy with that. Alrighty. Out you go. Or you will once your car's been set up. Yeah, I think that we're in that fine window right now where there's too much fuel in Zach's car, so that by the time that comes down, there's no performance left in the tyres. But it's worth doing still. We're not the slowest. We're ahead of the Saubers, which is good. If we stay there in quali as well, that would be excellent. And it is starting to come up. In fact, we've just gone faster than Hamilton. What do you know? Both Aston Martins as well. There goes Mick. Pretty sure he set a time then on his out lap, which is weird. How long we got left? So we could probably do another... Yeah, we're getting there. We're actually getting there. How much is it left on those? Oh, yeah, we could do another 10 laps on these. They're going to fall apart. But, again, at this stage, we're not really interested in lap times. We're always interested in lap times, but we're not really interested in lap times, you know? You know. You know how it goes. So, yeah, I'm just going to send Zach out on the old tyres. He might even get the setup knowledge complete here, and we get to see for sure how good this setup is. Where is he? Oh, he's just behind Mick. In fact, he's toing and froing with Hamilton right now. Should we see that? Oh, he's just been overtaken. Just as I clock in. Yeah, there's Hamilton and there's Zach. Of course, we're a Mercedes customer, so we have to behave. Right, Mick's just come in. Same thing with him, I think. We're getting close. So I think it is just a case of leave him out on the same tyres for now. Fuel him up again. Yeah, your tyres suck, we know. Because we're not going to get to the... Actually, we are for Zach. He's just got there. But we might for Mick as well. He's just not going to get to the end of his run. How's the car feeling? Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know where I stand on the setup calculator. It's a very useful tool. And I think if you're not making videos, it's worth doing. If you are making videos, people will accuse you of things. But I think ultimately, it works. We're not going to win a race. We're not going to score any points. So there's no point in getting too upset about it. It works. So we might as well just use it where possible. And I did try on my own first, and I did get quite close with Mick. Not so much with Zach. And it gets to that point where you are just trying to change one metric, and all the others have to then change as a result, and it gets a little bit frustrating. But I think overall, quite successful. Oh, just look how close we got. That's so annoying. That's so annoying. Alrighty. We're there though. 10th and 13th. That's pretty good. If we did that in quali, I'd be very happy. How far off the pace were we? 1.6. That's actually not terrible. We're not that far off Piastri and Ricciardo and even Russell to an extent. Obviously, Max is going to be top, although that's not very realistic at this point. It was other teams that were starting to emerge. But what can you do about that? But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode, everyone. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you're enjoying the series so far, drop those comments down below. Again, any ideas for how to nail the feedback or, you know, how to nail the setup. What I should be focusing my resources on now going into the second half of the season. I think I said that last time as well. Because the car isn't really going to get much faster now because of budget reasons. So we might as well focus on other areas, maybe upgrading facilities, things like that. We've got a weapon in our arsenal that other teams don't have in Kimi Antonelli. So if there's anything I can do with him to get him ready for his F1 debut moving forward, then that would be useful as well. Just realised saying that I probably should have put an affiliate driver in the car for P1, but never mind. Besides that, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. It's very much appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and until next time, I will see you soon.